Hello everybody, Sam's Locus here. Welcome back to the railway. Welcome to yet another running session. The reason why, if you are wondering why I'm doing some running sessions, is because, well, obviously I've got a few reviews to do, but I can't do them yet because I need other locos that do what 6 has, which is the Britannic class and a new engine, which I won't mention it yet. Well, actually you already know it's 90, but there's another engine he has also got. So today's running session is engines that are preserved, that run on heritage lines. So for instance, a 9F, they're reserved and on the heritage lines, or on the heritage lines, for instance, NYMR and North Railway, I think so. Norfolk Railway, I believe so. So anyway, I've already got engines down onto the track, ready to go, and how many engines I've got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 engines ready to go, and let's go and start meeting them. Okay, so first time we have a double header, and it's mixed of steam and diesel, which is we have the Class 33 and the large Prairie, which you haven't seen very often in running sessions, because it's a broken engine at the moment, but it will be fixed. Hopefully we'll be fixing this year, as I will be celebrating. Well, once I've got a lot of things in the future, we'll be celebrating the different railway companies of LMS, LNR, Southern, and also Great Western Railway. Yeah. So I will get this fixed later this year, hopefully. And what the hell? It just decided that it does not want to run anymore. Oh, I know why. Yeah, there we go. It's since the Class 33 came uncoupled from the dodgy Large Prairie company, because it has one hook on it for some reason. But on that note, let's go meet the next engine, which just you see in the background. Okay, so next up we have a small tank engine on a small freight train, which is a Large Prairie, on a small open wagon train. There goes another engine. Which Planet tanks you can see basically on virtually on every single heritage line. You can't see a heritage line without one. So there are a few heritage lines like the Levi Railway that own one, and others as well. But Severn Valley Railway, such as, has one, which is BR Black. But loads of Great Western Railway ones have loads. Yeah, so I think it's the most common steam engine you can see on the heritage line. Swiftly onto the next engine, which is this, the Battle of Britain class, which I think 11 of these have been preserved, maybe more, which I think they are believed the most magnificent engine that he built, and then goes the other two, other 3 engines technically, which I have to say I've seen 2, one at Smarge and one at the Neve Railway, which is not Lancy Squadron. Now we're going over here. Actually, the Battle of Britain has actually made it round again. So the mixed rate of different coaches. You've got British Railways, Southern, Malta coaches at the back, Malta coach I should say. So yeah, well I think it's time for a footbridge shot next, once the Planet tank has decided to make its way round one last time, and the pairing of steam and diesel to go past one last time. Okay, we got the footbridge shots, and there goes the pairing and the Battle of Britain around the corner and through the tunnel. And as you can see, that I have a Car 43 power car, which is recently to 3's power car. But I thought I'd add it because now the different heritage lines are now starting to preserve them, as they are going soon. I think this is the last year for HSTs to run, but I should hopefully be seeing a few of them before they go, hopefully. Maybe later this year. You'll just have to wait and see. I might be foreshadowing something. Maybe not. I'll probably have foreshadowing something coming out soon. But yeah, we'll wait for the Planet to go round one last time. I and then I'll go on to the next round. We're back in again. I think the back of Britain's about to go past another time. Yeah, it is. Right. Then we're going to the next round. Okay, next up I have the Southern Schools class, which there has been a few times where. Yes, there are a few engines that have been reserved for heritage lines, such as the Schools class. I've been Cheltenham, that one has, although yes, recently put out of service because it needs an overhaul now. That was preserved for the Watercross line, which is good. So I thought we'd run this. I was supposed to run it first instead of the Battle of Britain, but for some reason it didn't like the outside track. Yes, some engines in my collection don't like the outside track for some reason. They keep cutting out, and also the controller for some reason. Don't know why. Probably because of the age of it. But anyway, so that's the Southern Schools class. So let's meet the next big engine. Of course, is this the 9F, and yes, it's been I think 9F's preserved. But I think, like, there's a few in museum. It's obviously one in the museum, which is Evening Star, and you've also got other ones at operation, for instance on the NYMR, and yeah, I think Great Central Railway have one. I think there's 3 operational, which is good. I need to try and see a 9F this year. I think that's my task this year. Which steam engine I'm going to see, and also fly the Scotsman as well. Okay, moving swiftly on to the next one. Obviously, we just wait for the Evening Star to come past. But the next one is obviously the King class, which Didcot Railway owns one, and I believe the West Somerset Railway owns one. But that's currently being tested at Crewe. I believe it's going to be because the Crewe had the supplies for it to run. Start off with, but here it goes again. But it'd be good to see one actually in service. As you can see, I've got a bit of a fast speed on there. Which I think is pretty scary to me because it might actually derail. So I'll have to look after that. So if it does seem that it's bobbing on the curves a bit too much, then I think that's the moment I need to start slowing it down. And we're now back up at the footbridge for a footbridge shot. Camera slightly inwards, there we go. And you see 9F in the distance there, and you can pass going on in a bit of a hurry. Good speed for it. It looks pretty nice. Bit of express crank work there. And there's still swinging around. And the 43 power car, HSC power car. I mean, this stuff's out there. And obviously, if you do go to the semi-railway spring diesel car, you'll see. Well, if you went there on Friday the 19th, you would have seen 4 there. It's got 2 Rail Adventure ones and 2 Great Western Railway ones. But talking about the locos, let's go and meet the final rounds of locomotives. Okay, in our next round we have 2 final ones left, which there's one of them which I'll get round into. The first one, it is the Class 37 on light engine movement. Which there's 37s have been preserved, like 37 to 63, which is currently at the semi-railway spring diesel gala, which is really nice. My friends JB446 and James Bruce Hunter are both going to it on Saturday the 20th, so I'm going to be making a video there. So when it comes out, watch it. It's really good. A lot of bashing as well. The next engine is obviously the Britannia class, which you're probably thinking to yourself, why am I running this? Well, obviously you think of the only 2 preserved ones, which is Oliver Cromwell and Britannia. But when I was doing the research, make sure that if I accidentally include it, and they're both actually owned by a mainline running company, I had a look, and obviously Britannia's owned by the Locomotive Service Limited, which is based in Crewe. So if you haven't been to Crewe yet, go there. You might see one of those engines running around. But when I was looking at over Cromwell, it seems like it's owned by the Great Central Railway. So I thought, well, I'll better run the Britannia class then, which is good. It's good. And Thurston's back round again for the third time, or the second time, well, two. Things off, I'm doing a shot from behind the footbridge this time, and then I'll move on to where you'll see them all on the cardboard. There's Reservoir 7. Ah, there is. There's in the background there. Lovely stuff. Okay, so here we have all the engines I have used today in this running session, starting with the smallest and the oldest, I think. Although there has been one you haven't actually seen in there, which I couldn't run unfortunately because of an issue occurring with it again. But anyway, here's the power tank close up, looking lovely. I can't believe I've actually owned this for. Well, I've had this in the collection for a year and a half now. Blimey. And obviously the dodgy large Prairie, which I was very disappointed when I realised it was broken at first. Dealers. Also got conned into that one. I mean, he even told me it was running, but obviously not, he lied. Obviously got the Schools class, V Schools class, which is very nice. And got the King class, which is, I think, is one of my favourite. I think it's my favourite Great Western Railway engine ever. I mean, the whole classes are great, but this class was just overshoots them all. Then my favourite design of the Southern engines, as well as the rebuilt versions, which is also like Tall Valley sort of style. Then the Britannia class, looking absolutely stunning. I do love it. And obviously got the 9F. And it's diesels, as you can see. Got 30, 33 and 37, which I used. Also the 31, which I did do a reborn video of it, but unfortunately, and again, it decided to, die on me again. So I might have to go to a workshop to have someone look at it for me, because it seems that the whole engine is cut up now. I was just running it, just not running perfectly, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. Then I realised that the motor was warm. I think it's burnt out now. But I'll see what I can do. But anyway, well, let's bring the 33 forward a bit. Okay, let's bring this one forward a bit. Whoops. This one forward a bit. Have them all in the shot there. And there they all are. All my reserve engines that run on the heritage lines. So there you have them. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Obviously, none of the engines actually ran, and one engine didn't run, which was this one. This one. So, if you enjoyed this video, do subscribe and also like the video. And also, if you still haven't put requests in the community tab, then do it, because obviously time is ticking. So if you still want one, put them in the community tab, which has the 200 special request comment I put up there. Come on, please do it. Definitely need a few more requests put in. So obviously you got mine, GW446s, and others as well, and also the new ones as well. Yeah. And also the HST Power Car BT Photography 313s is also there as well. So with that, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time for some more running sessions. Okay, goodbye everyone.